Hey everyone, welcome to week 3. Sick of me yet? I'm still here. I said I was gonna try to do one of these little video things every week, and I'm trying to stick to it. Yeah, so here's me doing this for a 3rd week in a row. Me just talking to a camera and spilling my soul and guts to it. This one is gonna be shorter than last week's for several reasons. One, Charlie is on my lap. Charlie is my girlfriend Ryan's cat, who's apparently come to say hi since Midna got to say hi last week. And Midna is currently sleeping right over there. This might just be 5 minutes of me playing with cats. Really, it's going to be shorter than last week for a few reasons, and I'm going to tell you because I think that you might care, even if you don't. One, I have 3 stories I'm handing in tomorrow. To a grand sum total of a lot of words. And it's been a long weekend and a long stretch with Switch launch and everything. There's a lot of things going on coming up this weekend. Exciting though is St. Patrick's Day. I'm going down to Los Angeles to see Funzies, who is my favorite band, who oddly enough hasn't been featured on my shirt yet in any of the videos. But you can see from some of the lovely framed foliage behind me. So I'll be doing that this weekend, and yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, that's it. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm tired. But the other thing is last week's video was like 20 minutes of me talking about Zelda, which I think was long, and so this week we're going to do something a little shorter, a little more concise, see how that goes, and, you know, experimenting, figuring it out, see how shit goes. The other reason I wanted to keep doing stuff is I have, you know, I started this a couple weeks ago and I've got kind of this list going of ideas, and we have, you know, I have good momentum now with Switch coverage. If I kind of have, you know, Zelda review. This week we're going to talk about Bomberman. Next week I'm not entirely sure about yet. I'll figure that out when we get there. But I kind of have, for someone who's basically probably going to be talking a lot about Nintendo stuff, I have a good span of news to talk about and stuff to do. So, like I said, this week, let's pull it up over here. Boom! Bomberman. Konami did send me this for my review over at ZAM, which went up over the weekend. I'm not going to post a link in one of the magical floaty boxes, because if I do that, I have to get rid of my end tags, and I like my end tags. So, I'm going to keep those. If you look down there for a second, you can pause me or just scroll down. I'll wait. There, found the link? Okay, good. Back up here. So yeah, Bomberman, I remember, it must have been one of the Bomberman PC games I feel like I played with one of my cousins a lot. And, I mean, Bomberman's just one of those games that's really fun. It's fun to blow stuff up, it's fun to trap people in little corners and have them be stuck. But it's also very simple, and I remember when they announced Bomberman at the event in January, I went back and looked, and lo and behold, I had the Bomberman DSi game on my 3DS that I got on the Virtual Console, or, you know, whatever system at some point, that I think I fiddled around a little bit but never played much with. But yeah, so Bomberman coming back, that's pretty exciting. Konami brought him back as a Switch title. I didn't get this early, I got this the day it came out, so my review came out after the review embargo had already broken. And I try really hard not to see other people's reviews before I do my own. I think that's important. That being said, of course, obviously, Twitter is a thing that I'm plugged into, probably too much at this point, so I'm not going to be able to completely miss everything that's going on. A lot of people were complaining Bomberman $50 title for the amount of content that was in the game. I sit down 2 weekends ago. March is a Switch video game Zelda-filled blur. So I sit down, play Bomberman, you know, the whole story mode, probably about 4 hours or so, not very long. But I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, no, your tail's in the way of my adoring fans. And it's one of those weird things where, if you'd asked me what I really enjoyed about it, I'm not sure if I could particularly point to one thing. It reminded me of Saturday morning cartoons, in good and bad ways. But it was fun. Did it do anything incredibly groundbreaking? No. Were there a lot of things wrong with, or that I didn't enjoy with the campaign? Absolutely. But I had a lot of fun with it, to the point where, I was like, I you know, I could see myself recommending this even as a $50 game. I think it's fair of me to say that. And then I went and played online. And the thing about Bomberman is, okay, you've got a 4-hour battle, you know, 4-hour campaign mode. You know, online's kind of going to be a huge draw for something like this. The problem is it doesn't really work. Konami has actually issued, you know, they tweeted and issued a statement on their website about this too, that they're looking into it. I don't know. I'm not really sure if it's connected to the Joy-Con latency issue that a lot of people are running into, or if it's just the online for the Switch is really, really bad. Hey, Chari! Which in itself is also concerning. But I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, it's just really hard to play, to the point where, you know, I tried it a few times over a few, you know, a couple different days, and there's only ever one point where I got, hey, Charlie wants to be a star. There's only one point that I got to play, like, a string of games that actually held up decently. They weren't perfect, but they were much better than everything else, all the other trash I ran into. And then next game I got into, like, I think Bomberman just, like, froze in place and was running. It's bad. So because of that, you know, in my review, like I said this, I can't really recommend Super Bomberman R, which stinks. But what are you going to do? You know, I will say, I made a joke about this on Twitter. I don't know if you can see me petting the cat or not, but I'm petting Charlie, and who has apparently decided to now lay down in my lap for this video. Aww. Charlie wants to be a star. Andy, you're a star. That's not how the song goes. That's not how the killer song goes. Biggest launch for the Bomberman series in like 20 years of its history, and this is its 33rd and anniversary. So that's a long time for it to have its biggest launch since. I'm gonna officially call it the Ubisoft effect. This is the same thing that happens, and I'm actually really surprised. With the Switch, we don't have a Ubisoft launch game that was pushed just to sell, you know, a couple million units. Red Steel. And I liked Red Steel, don't get me wrong. But, you know, Red Steel, they did it on the Wii, and same with Zombie U, which I will defend Zombie U forever. Zombie U is still probably one of the best Wii U games, at the very least one of the few Wii U games that actually worked better with the tablet than without it. So Zombie U was great, but don't get me wrong, Ubisoft still loves to, you know, hop on that early Nintendo bandwagon, which is even more interesting that it didn't happen here with the Switch, but Bomberman instead swooped in and took all of those nice, thirsty Nintendo fanboy sales, who, and you know, I'll be the first person to say it, I try to support third parties on Nintendo consoles whenever I can. I bought the Batman Wii U game. Yeah, so, you know, that's a thing. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Like I said, this is gonna be a short week. Those are my thoughts on Super Bomberman R. Thank you guys for checking in again this week. I think I'm actually gonna go play some Zelda. I've got some memories I'm still hunting down. I just beat Viva Pinata. That's cool. I'm sure you really wanted to know, well, I just finished my time playing Pinata. But anyways, I'm off. Have a good week, everybody. Until next week, have a super awesome St. Patrick's Day. Charlie's gonna say bye. Bye, everybody. Okay, until next week. Cheers, y'all. Instead, and post a picture of the link below this, or post my link below the article. Charlie, don't eat that. Test 1, test 2. La 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 la. Weird. Minna, don't you eat that. We're gonna have a separate section on the show called Cats Don't Eat That. So yeah, Bomberman. So, next week, I don't want to say exactly what I'm gonna do because I'm not entirely positive yet, so I'm probably just gonna cut this part. But anyways, crap, I had a sign-off line. What was my sign-off line? Oh yeah. This better be the final test.